Hey, and welcome to the Bus Vector. Now at a new earlier time of 4:31. You may have noticed I tried to drag the intro out because it turns out if you start a podcast at 4:30, people still have work to do. Unfortunately, Hugh is here today, but he's also not here right now because he's currently engaged in work, which is unfortunate because I have only just got in, so I'm not 100% sure what the news is for the week. But I do know it involves buses and information security. There's a few other things I can talk about here. Also, if you're in Wellington, I am told, though I didn't actually see myself, that there was some kind of protest earlier today involving children in the streets, possibly older children, but I'm not 100% sure either. I'm just waiting for you to finish his phone call. Who knows how long it's going to be. In the meantime, I will keep an eye on the ABS violations. It was very organized. Look, we had it all ready to go, and I swear we started the intro song, and 10 seconds into it, the phone started ringing. So what you gonna do? We could either stop the intro song or drag it out real long and hope that he can finish the phone call sometime soon. As of yet, it looks like he hasn't finished it. This is why we need a third guest, or rather a first guest along with the two of us. And that way we can, when things like this happen, we can actually have some more of a conversation going on. But donate on Patreon if you want us to get a new little thing. That means we can. Also, I'm watching the wrong screen. No wonder it's delayed. Okay, here we are. Looks like there's not much buses at the moment. So one of the difference with going at 4:30 as opposed to usual is that I presume there's less buses. The school rush has died down, but the kind of like leaving work rush hasn't started yet. And I think normally by this time we'd have seen a few red light runners or at least ABS violations. For those who don't know, an ABS violation is simply standing at the advanced bicycle stop, which actually isn't still called that, but it's an ABS violation nonetheless. So, in lieu of Hugh here to tell me what we actually should be talking about, I guess I'm going to pick one of these news stories and go at it. So we've got a few things here. Oh, I think he's finishing the phone call. Yes. Okay, he's coming back. Woo. Load off my shoulders. Okay, what's up? What's up, Hugh? How are you? He's almost here. Oh, your mic's not on, I think.
Hello.
Oh, there, it's on now. Good work. Hello. Hey.
How's that? What were you talking about?
Waffling. How it is. That's all I did. Didn't get to any news yet. I was trying to hold off so that we wouldn't have to do any news. I was saying there's like no buses at the moment. So if we're gonna guess how many buses are going past.
Oh yeah, we're like 4 minutes in.
How many buses do you think are going to run red lights? How many buses are going to go ABS violation, etc.?
Well, I guess maybe I'm going to go with something low this week.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's
We are slightly earlier as well. Have we tweeted?
I have not tweeted. Yeah, we're like way earlier this week.
Just half an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty early. No, I haven't tweeted yet. There you are. You're tweeting now. Yeah, because we are on the new time this week. A temporarily new time. Do you want to tell everyone why we're on the new time?
I've got some visitors in town.
Yes. Some visitors in town. So next week we should be back at the normal time anyway. Okay, I'll guess. There was a ABS violation, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely an ABS violation. Bam! Count that up.
No, count, mate.
Count.
ABS count.
Oh, I see.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. It just wasn't what I thought of. Yes. There we are.
Perfect sense.
It's good. Yeah, no, it's better than what it was, where things were just like labeled text and count.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm going to go with 5 and 5.
5 and 5. You know what? I'm going to go with...
Should we get the instant replay on that monitor as well?
I'm going to go 3-6.
Because this might not like...
Yeah, it's not too bad, but yes, we should. I'm going to go 3-6. How do you feel about that?
3-6?
3-6.
So 3 red lights and 6 ABS?
Yep, 3-6. I'm going to go with... there we... It's all up there. We got a little stream. So I changed ISP at home finally. Do you reckon? Do you reckon it's bullshit how BigPipe used to be the best ISP, and then they like became part of Spark and turned into the worst ISP? But you had no way of knowing it was happening unless you knew what was happening. You were just like, "Wow, BigPipe is really incompetent all of a sudden."
Yeah.
Isn't that misleading? I'm not saying it should be illegal, but I wish it was illegal somehow because it's the equivalent of like selling someone a false promise, right? Like if you paid for a Snapper 1-year subscription and then they changed the bus system and you're like, you can't do that. Now I can't use my Snapper card. Kind of similar thing, right? There's no way to make it illegal.
Snapper anyway.
Pardon?
Who would use Snapper anyway?
Well, maybe somebody wants to keep using the buses, but can't for some reason. So, speaking of buses or information security news, where would you like to start today?
We've got a bunch of everything. So I basically wrote the news today because you only just arrived.
That's not true. I arrived with 7 minutes to spare.
Sick.
It could have been 6, yeah. Oh, yeah, because it was showing, yeah, so it's 6 minutes, yeah. 6 in at least some seconds. So it could have rounded up to 7. I wasn't keeping track. Nonetheless, yes, there is some news here. It all looks acceptable. Some of them isn't really news exactly, but yeah. Well, we can start with an announcement.
Yep. What's the announcement?
Motherfucking KiwiCon.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go to KiwiCon? Well, let me tell you.
No one.
If you didn't already know that KiwiCon was on, you're not going because they've sold out. So,
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. Any of you were just hearing about it. I was actually talking to someone last night, and he was like, I was like, oh, is anyone at your company going? And he was like, oh, yeah, they put out, when the tickets were announced, they did a thing saying who's interested, and they were planning on buying them this Friday. And this was last night, and I was like, oh, I think you might have a problem with that. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I think they might be selling out tonight. And I'm like, wait, no, they've already sold out. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone in your company's going, buddy.
How many times did you get kicked from IRC?
I didn't count. I suspect it's around 10% of sales. Like just looking at the numbers, I feel like I got kicked around 100 and something times. It could be a little bit above. We did see a lot of people paying $100.01. So for those of you who don't know, if you paid more than the $100 amount, strictly speaking, it only costs $99.95. But if you paid more than $100, you got me kicked from ISC. So thanks.
All that love just for you.
Yeah, Mubix tweeted and was like, oh, wow, you guys are really vindictive. Look at all these people paying more than $100. They're just jealous. They're jealous of my hacking skills. Yeah, sold out now.
Wait,
isn't that crazy?
Hacking skills?
My hacker skills. Hacking?
I don't know these hacker skills.
I guess you wouldn't recognize anything other than XSS and CSurf, right?
I found something that wasn't that today.
You sound really proud of it as well.
I wanted to find some cross-site scripting because that would make another bug more impactful.
Let me guess. It's like, ABS, if you already have admin.
Not an ABS.
Look at that. That number one is a well-behaved number one. Oh my god. So fucking the buses recently. There's been a lot of news. I don't know if this one's on there.
Chickon just put up ticket sales as well.
Oh, fuck it. That's right. Chickon just announced their
You announced some of their
specs. I should. I fucking should. You know what?
Yeah.
It was really good last time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I should. Yeah. So I didn't submit a talk. I've been really fucking lax on submitting talks this year. Like, yeah, I've got one as well that I want to do. In fact, there's the one you could do together, right? You know that one? The one we did.
That one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I want to do that for NZ, but I think it'd make a good talk. Here we are, just sorting out our talks here. It's a little bit late for this round of conferencing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so have to be next year, really.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do it for like over a year now, and I just haven't put the time in. It's kind of what happens. But no, I think I should go to check on. Oh, also, you know what else is on this week, or next week rather? B-Sides Perth?
Yeah, B-Sides Perth.
Next week, I think, next weekend. So if you're in Perth, like, I don't know if they've sold out tickets.
If you want to go to Perth.
Yeah, if you want to go to Perth, which no one does. It's far away. I think it was faster for me to go to Japan. Oh, what's going on here, mate? Is this a red light? Is this?
Oh no, it might turn into an ABS.
And that he's over.
Oh, that, but it's still green though.
Oh, I mean, damn it.
Yeah.
Unless the other one goes as well. Come on, you know you want to.
Looks
Yes.
like it's cleared too much. It's cleared too much.
No, there's another one behind him. Come on. Oh, what the little car? What's the little car doing in there? Oh wow, these are. No one has pressed the No one has pressed the thing.
Oh, Ian wants to talk about that.
I don't know what are those two different things, or are those the same thing?
I don't think it's relevant to the bus factor.
I'm not 100% sure it is. Damn, I wasn't watching. Did anyone? I think it was fine.
It was safe.
Okay. So 0-1. Okay, so this 3-6 might be tough to get, but still, we'll try.
What if I say 5-5?
5-5, yeah. I think the 5's a bit high, but the 5 might be okay. You know?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, besides Perth, yeah, it's far away. It's faster than me to go to Japan, I think, is what happened last time.
Yeah.
So, it is. I haven't actually been to one. Have you been to one besides Perth?
Did I go? No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I've been to Wacken a few times, and it's good. And so this is run by, I think Doles is running it. I'm not sure who else is. Doles is pretty good. So I presume it's a good conference, though I haven't been personally. I should go to more conferences.
There's a lot of B-sides you can go to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Although, like...
It's just B-sides Australia.
Yeah, B-sides Melbourne. How long has that been announced for now? Like 2 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is
it a red light?
Nah.
But an ABS?
ABS.
Yeah.
All right, got to get my ABSs up.
Oh, associated with KiwiCon as well, associated in time, temporally associated with KiwiCon, is PurpleCon, which I believe is... I think they picked purple because it's a mix of blue and red, like blue and red team, purple.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's why they picked it. So I believe it does fall more on the defensive side. It's a bit of a feel-good con, I think, which is not. I'm not meaning that in a like it's bad way, but I think PurpleCon is more of like a let's get together and share happy stories rather than the world is doomed. So
but the world is doomed.
The world is doomed. Yeah. Like, hey, look how I secured this one server. Oh, North Korea is still like hacking into Sony pictures for fun. Like, yeah, I mean, it does look like a good conference if you are a defender. I think it'd be really good. I mean, not just if you're a defender, but especially good if you're a defender. I'm kind of stumbling over myself today. Would you go to it, PurpleCon? Because I don't think I'd go to it. It doesn't really tickle my fancy.
Oh, I have to send an email later.
About PurpleCon?
Nah, about that phone call.
Oh, okay. Are you telling me that for any reason? So that
to remind myself.
Okay. I can set a reminder on your phone. Here we are. Remind Hugh to do the thing in 45 minutes. You know what's weird? I don't actually know why my phone doesn't... Oh my God. Google... So my phone has like a bug where it won't listen to the first second or two of speech. So it's just Googled Hugh to do the thing in 45 minutes. Hugh Jackman hilariously recounts the worst 45 minutes of his life. So there we are. Yeah, so Lucifer says he wants to go to PurpleCon, but doesn't want to steal a ticket from someone that's better aimed at, which I tend to think the same thing, where it's kind of just like, if I win, I don't feel like the content would be super relevant compared to KiwiCon or fucking Redacted. How good was that? Did you go?
No.
Oh, it was fucking amazing. It's probably, in terms of technical content, is one of the best cons I've been to in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. Though I don't know if they're doing it again. I think they wanted to do it again, but yeah. Yeah, whereas PurpleCon's a bit of a different thing. I don't know. If you're in Australia and New Zealand and listening, like, hopefully this information helps you decide what conferences you'd go to. But who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. That's all the conferences coming up anyway, I think, in Australia and New Zealand. I don't think there's any others. I haven't had a Melbourne Con for a while, have we?
No, not for a while.
Linux Conf happened recently. PyConf happened recently. WitCon happened recently.
Linux Conf hasn't happened yet.
Oh, hasn't it?
I think it's happening, and tickets are on sale.
Okay, there's one in Christchurch or something.
Yeah, it's in Christchurch. Linux Conf.
Linux Conf AU is in Christchurch.
Yeah.
The AU name. It should be OC for Oceania. Oh, you get a little bit of a tickle in your throat. Oh, no. Yeah. Another reason to finish early. Okay, that's the conferences, I think.
All right, what do you want to start on?
Well, I honestly know almost nothing about the stuff on the left there. So if I make you talk about it, then you're going to talk for ages. So yeah, let's pick one of those things in the bus lane.
The bus lane, all right. How many experts do you know in your life?
Relatively few experts. I do experts. It's a semantic argument. What do you consider an expert? I generally would consider an expert someone who is like kind of top 10 people in the world in their field, right? Top 10 in the world, and there is a lot of that in especially academia. Academia is a small place. You know who the top 10 are. When it comes to cryptography, you can probably only name about 10 cryptographers. Although we do run into the bias where here in the Western world, you tend to be like, oh, I'll name all these white dudes, right? Or white chicks, like Tanya Lange comes to mind.
Yeah.
And then you kind of look at China and you're like, oh crap, they have a lot of cryptographers. Nonetheless, I would say an expert is someone who's the top 10 in the world of that field. How many do I know? I would say less than 10.
How many do you reckon in the field of bus timetabling?
Given every bus timetable seems to suck donkey dick, I'd say there's none. Everyone who works in that field is incompetent. That's what I'd say.
The Wellington Regional Council are getting in a foreign bus timetabling expert. Not just a bus expert, a bus timetabling expert.
Oh, you do gotta wonder where they pull these things from, eh?
And like, we've talked about the bus routes on here.
And how they didn't look at any of the data before they picked it.
They just didn't look at the data. So apparently they just couldn't. Like, they don't own the snapper data.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at all. Fuck you. Put people on those buses with number pads and just write down every day how many people get on and off.
Yeah.
They are capable of doing that, and it would have cost less than this fuck up. It would have. It would have to do that for a week. It would have been one per bus for a week. How much would that have cost? You can pay the minimum wage.
Yeah.
$10 an hour. They need to be on there for 8 hours. So that's $80 per times, say 50 times, $80 times 50 times 7. What's that? It's less than this fuck up cost. So
how much is this fuck up costing?
I don't know, but whatever. It's ridiculous. So I don't buy that like we couldn't do it argument. Fuck you. You could have done it. Anyway,
what I find funny is we've talked on the show before how I reckon a second-year comp sci student could just build a fucking timetable route for the city.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you do in comp sci. Like, I remember my scholarship exam was like, oh, write an algorithm to assign students to the classes they want, in an optimal way. And you're like, okay, you look up the algorithm. It takes 10 seconds. You're done. That's it.
Yeah.
You implement it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're flying in some foreign bus timetabling expert.
I wonder if someone
on taxpayer money as well.
Yeah, I wonder if some of his advice is going to be like, get some more fucking drivers. like how, like there's so many problems. Oh, min wage is $16.50. Okay. Back in my day, it was $8.
Oh yeah, it used to be a lot less than $16.50.
Sorry, yeah, that's pretty capitalist scum of me. I remember when I was in high school and I got paid $11.25, which was the adult minimum wage. Oh my god, I was rich.
I remember one time I got a raise because minimum wage went up, and I'm like, yeah.
You're like, fuck yeah, unions, I love them. Give me that minimum wage. Now I'm like, anything less than $200 an hour, fuck off. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, okay, it is an important change, but still double the price, whatever. It's still not as much as this fuck up is costing, especially given that it took 10 years. Just take those people who are involved in it and make them do it. It still would have saved you money. Oh yeah, so someone said, so I didn't read the story about this though. Someone said this foreign expert is from the real-time company who MetLink uses. Was that a red light?
Yeah.
Oh, I can watch the replay. Yes, it was definitely a red light. So can't see 25 or something. It looked like the bus was. I'm not confident though.
I'm not bothering.
Okay, fair enough. Went through a red light. That's illegal. Yeah. So the real-time bus company, who I believe in this case is Silver Rail. They are the ones who do the real time, which I might be wrong on that. They do a bad job.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's fair to say. Why are we getting their bus timetable expedited? He's going to be like, oh yeah, schedule these buses and then cancel them.
Did you see that data scrape on the old Reddit?
/Wellington.
Yeah.
Someone posted a bus.carrot.nz, which scrapes the real-time bus information. Now, I did see that, and for those who don't know, Carrot's been on the show before. We've had Mr. Dave on the show. And did he talk about that? I think he did. He might have.
He might have. I can't recall.
But he did that in the spare time. Someone also said in the thread that they just OIA'd them, and
they got
10% of buses are late. 10% of buses are late.
Yeah,
more than 5 minutes. That's pretty insane.
Yep.
Like 1 in 10 times you're going to be over 5 minutes late. Which the reason that matters is not so much I'm 5 minutes late for a meeting because you should have 5 minutes leeway. The reason it matters is because your connections don't have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's why it matters. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was kind of interesting.
You put something on.
I did. Should we bring it up?
Yeah.
Can we? There's no real way.
We can just add a.
I'll read it out. Okay. Who do you want to be? We should alternate voices.
Oh yeah. Should we read it out?
Yeah, we'll read it out. Okay. Yeah. r/Wellington. I posted it on Twitter and r/Wellington. So either of those. I think if we just sort by top, it got quite popular. Reddit nowadays like pops up 20 things being like, hey, there's a thing. Hey, do you want to look in the app? Do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at this? Oh yeah, did you see this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, this is so good. I was on the number 1 bus last night when the driver ran into a street light, smashed the window, and kept driving like nothing happened. And it's just a picture of a bunch of people in a bus with like a fucking smashed up window. Like, Jesus Christ. Someone says, whoever is responsible for the clusterfuck that is Wellington Transport lately deserves to be deported to Auckland. I tend to agree with. Okay, let me...
I like how... we've got 3 things in the top page.
About commute, yeah. Like, did you see its top thing in the last week? It's pretty good. So, meanwhile, in the Wellington Public Transport War Room... Okay, fellas. All right, team, if we're going to solve the bus problem in Wellington, we're going to need some new ideas.
No driver breaks.
No seats.
Enough buses.
So it's the meme where they're all sitting in the boardroom and people suggest things, and the guy who suggests the one that's not ridiculous gets thrown out. So for those who didn't see,
of the window.
Thrown out of the window. Yeah. So we've talked previously about the lack of driver breaks and kind of the unreasonable timetables. Recently, in the last week, we saw that one of the buses turned up with the seats missing.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the picture? And it wasn't like they removed the seats in this bus and turned it into a nice bus. No, they just clearly overnight were like, oh, fuck this, and removed all the seats. It was ridiculous. And so there's nothing to hold on to. Did you see?
Yeah, it's got a bit of safety concern.
It wouldn't have increased capacity because what are people going to hold on to? There's now less things to hold on to because there's not even seats to hold on to. You'd just be like bouncing off people. It was so ridiculous. I can't believe they thought remove the seats was a better option than pay their drivers enough that they don't have to cancel them every 10 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Oh, this is interesting. If a driver can't give change for a note, your ride is free.
Yeah, if you read the fine print, it's not actually like that. If the driver can't give change, then you have to provide all your details and Metlink can contact you later and get it off you.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so it's not a life hack because if you do it more than 2 times, Metlink would just come and see you and be like, right, start paying for those buses. But it is an interesting thing that if you did pay with a $100 bill, they would have to let you on. I suspect most bus drivers wouldn't, though. Damn, we should have been looking.
I've had a few recently where the snapper is just not working and the bus driver's like, snapper's not working, just...
Yeah, that one happens pretty often, yeah. What are they going to do, right?
Yeah. And everyone's like, what? Oh, cool. Thanks heaps for the free ride. Even though, like, it's secretly not there. Like...
The bus driver doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is the thing where if only one's working, they'll just make you use one, but sometimes it's just down, so...
Yeah.
Although it's kind of weird. How do you make it not... Like, how does it not work? You have 2 completely... Oh, are they... Yeah, no, those 2 machines are completely separate. There's no interaction between them, right? It requires no internet access, and they're self-contained units. The only common thing they share is a power bus. So as long as the power doesn't break, How would two machines independently fail?
It does require internet in this day and age, I believe.
It doesn't require it. It can be done without it.
Yeah.
You can do so. The transactions can happen offline and they get uploaded later.
Yeah.
The information that lets you ride the bus is on the card itself.
They've potentially relied on internet now.
That's dumb.
Yep.
Like if you're relying on internet, that changes a lot of things, right? Like, well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's dumb. The whole point of using the Tesfire cards, in my understanding, sorry, not Tesfire, the Jacob cards, was that they didn't have to worry about that. But whatever. They can do whatever they want, enjoy their shitty system. Should have hired the expert, me, who knows nothing about buses.
The bus factor expert.
Bus factor expert, yeah. Number one bus factor expert.
Oh, are we calling this guy?
Is he across the line? I can't remember. He might be.
It looks like he's safe. Like just.
Hey, we need a third referee. Could one Sarah or do you reckon that bus is over the line? The one who's out there. No, the other side. They're over there. Yeah, you reckon he's over the line? Nah, you don't reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he's safe.
He's safe. Okay, we've just got a third and fourth umpire, which would have been a problem if they had said conflicting things, because then we'd have to get a fifth umpire. So, hey, we told that's a no. It's green anyway now. Look at that. So he's safe.
Oh, this guy's gonna come in.
A lot of backup right now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder what's happening.
Probably just someone getting on or off a bus.
No, I hear that takes instant time. Like it's a.
You mean less than 60 seconds?
It's an atomic operation.
Less than 60 seconds. Oh, fucking! You know what? I've been listening to some dude on YouTube.
Not less than 60 seconds. Less than like 1,000 milliseconds.
No, because
it was down to the seconds.
Yeah, but they could just round it. I still think that's a bullshit thing to get hung up about.
I know.
Like out of all the real problems the bus system has, like that one is just
like fucking drivers smashing into windows.
Yeah, smashing it or
just
smashing
drive
into
it on.
street signs. Just fuck it. Why not?
Oh my god! If that happened to me, I'd be like, stop the bus. Like, let fucking everyone off. I don't know.
Would you? I mean,
you've got a fucking massive broken window next to you.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? You're not gonna get to your stop in time if you stop it. I'd be like, keep going. Let this guy off. I don't give a shit.
I've gotten out of taxis because I thought they were drunk before.
I don't think the bus driver's drunk. I think they're just incompetent.
Yeah, but like an incompetent driver, I would get out of.
Maybe.
And like smashing into a fucking sign, then just
buses are relatively safe because like if anyone crashes into you, you don't really move that much. So you're also high up enough that most cars don't really hurt you. So sucks to be anyone else. But you in the bus, you're probably okay. Do we want to change lanes or do we want to go through? Because I don't know. I think we've covered all of those except one. Yeah,
I think we just haven't done this guy. We can mention
Wait, no, the third one down as well.
Oh, no, we mentioned that in there. The fact that they can't.
Oh, that they didn't have the snapper data, yeah.
Yeah, they don't own it, so they can't use it. But
they could have just got on the bus. Yeah. So fuck them. Oh man, I'm so mad at their just their bureaucrat dumb bureaucrats. I feel bad. Maybe there was someone on that project who wasn't a complete idiot and had to put up with it. Can you imagine if you're the one guy on the project who was hey guys, maybe we should try and get the data. I'm like, we can't. And you're like, well, why don't we just get it somehow though? And no, let's just do it without getting it. And you're like, no. And imagine trying to deal with that.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, no, it's fine. And you're like, I don't think it's fine. And oh my gosh. It's giving me flashbacks to when you have to work on a government project. Ugh. God, government projects are so badly run. I hate bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we change lanes then?
Yeah.
Come back to that one, because that way we got a little bit of change it up. Okay.
What should we talk about? That top one, I don't know.
Why should you put it down then?
Because he told me to put it
The rule is you have to know the stories you talk. You can't just list things and we have to guess based on. We've got something written up here. Let's talk about it. Brit Airways.
Yeah, so British Airways got hacked.
They got hacked. Not one of the payment providers. Not one of the ad networks. Not who.
I'm not too sure. There was a breach. They had a breach.
Someone got breached.
Yeah.
And they lost some data.
Yeah.
Car data or passports and stuff. Because if I hacked British Airways, right, I wouldn't just be like, steal the credit cards. I'd be like, I can sell this to terrorists for millions. Imagine how much Al Qaeda would pay if you can be like, I can get you direct access into the British Airways systems. I can print you boarding passes. I can make fake baggage tag. Like, imagine that. Why would you? If you could hack British Airways, why would you steal credit? It's already illegal.
Yeah.
Like, it'd just be crazy. I don't know. So I guess we don't know anything about the British Airways hack.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it was British Airways. I would, I don't know. It's nice to know about the stories we talk about. I guess it's not always possible when I get late.
Should we move over there?
Okay. Now we're on KiwiCon. We already talked about that. Now, yes, Google Donuts. Yes, Google Donuts.
Google Donuts?
Yeah.
It just does not say donuts.
D-O...
So Google have
Google
released a tool called Broken Type.
Broken Type.
So what does this tool do?
Oh, yeah. So do you know about this tool?
Yeah, kind of. I've been following it.
Following it? Okay, talk about it then. I know what it is. It's a font fuzzer, right? That's it?
It's basically a font fuzzer.
What kind of fonts? What does it do? Because there's like a bunch of different font specs, right?
Yeah, so it's basically the Windows fonts rasterization components.
What does that mean?
The thing that displays it.
No, I would know what a rasterizer is. What I mean is, can you not use this for Linux tools?
No, I believe it's just a Windows one.
So it's for things that render fonts on Windows. So there's the Windows kernel that does that, right?
Yeah.
But someone also said that not just kernels do it, that programs can do this as well?
Yeah, programs can use it. Like there's... Fonts are a fucking weird situation. But yeah, basically it just is Google's released a open source tool that allows you to do fuzzing on fonts in Windows.
Cool. Is there a reason like AFL doesn't work for that? Is that like because you need to integrate with the kernel space or what?
Not too sure.
Because if a program is doing its own font rendering, does that need to touch kernel space? Are you touching like direct write or something at that point, which eventually hits the kernel, or what? I don't know enough about the Windows kind of like subsystems.
Yeah, like I actually never used AFL for Windows because like
it doesn't work well.
Yeah, like
you can do it, but you need.
It's better now, but like back when we first got an AFL, like it was a shit.
Oh, well, I guess there's some reason you can't do it. But this seems like a reasonably limited scope. Like high impact, limited, like it doesn't feel like this is, AFL, that's going to be used for like the decades to come, it feels like.
Yeah.
A font fuzzer feels less likely. Though I guess Google already runs like massive AFL clusters. So maybe they're just like kind of like, what else can we fuzz?
Potentially it's just more efficient at targeting just
font stuff.
Yeah, just fonts.
What's that?
There's petrol all over that bus.
Real? Oh, damn.
Don't light a match next to that bus.
Yeah, it's probably dried up. It's the fumes, right, mate? It's the fumes. Though, yes, that does look pretty bad. You can't see it on the camera.
The bus is over the line, but he's not over the crossing.
Do we count that?
Oh, I don't know. He has entered the intersection.
I feel like we shouldn't. We do on this side. Oh, maybe we should.
I reckon we used to.
Yeah, I think we should if it's like the exiting's a bit harder to tell, but the entry he's clearly over.
Yeah, the entry he's gone over. And was that him creeping forward?
No.
We were still on the line. Yeah, so potentially this font fuzzer is just more efficient than what AFL would do.
Yeah, I guess it's a specific format, whether it's true type or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, people who cross like that freak me the fuck out. People who walk between two buses without seeing what's on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Like, because the problem is if those two buses are like try and go and there's someone else on the other side and you're scary. I just go to the crossing and that way I feel more justified in my jaywalking. Right? You do, right? You're like, I'm jaywalking at a crossing. Don't you look at me like I'm doing something wrong? Yeah, perfect. That guy didn't go over the line at all.
But yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So they built a Google font fuzzer.
Yeah, all open source. I like the Project Zero team. Like they do a lot of
cool
good stuff.
And they don't feel as Google as some of the other Google employees.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There's like a thing where if you're a Google employee generally, you become a recluse and you only ever interact with Googlers. You basically withdraw from the public eye and forsake any friendships you've ever had. And you drink the fucking Kool-Aid, right? You drink it hard.
I had a friend that worked for Google, and he described it as he would wake up in his Google apartment, catch the Google bus to work, have Google day, have a Google lunch, go home, maybe have dinner with some Google friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back on the Google bus to the Google apartment and just Google and
yeah, it's a bit much.
All the friends were just Google people, and it's just like, man.
I think that's the big thing for me. It's like when a friend,
this guy, I
think maybe when a friend works at Google, they cease to be your friend. Is generally what happens. We have got Hugh running across to see whether that is across. I think he's over. He's a bit over. He is a bit over. We just got confirmation. So if it does turn red before the bus is moved,
it's not even red.
It's not red. Oh, yes. We count that.
Oh, and it just goes up now.
Well, too bad. Shouldn't have entered an intersection. Though, that's not one that I'd report to MetLink. I feel like.
I'm just not reporting them at all now.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I feel like MetLink has bigger issues right now, don't they?
Oh my God, they've just got all the issues.
Oh, we could do the OIA now. Can you imagine the OIA now? Imagine it. That'd be like, oh, fuck.
We did want to do that. I kind of want to get this OIA on the posters they have up about red lights, because you remember I asked for what do they do about?
Oh, what do you actually do about it? Yeah.
And they're like, we have posters in the break room, and I'm like, can I get a copy of them? And they're like, no, it's confidential. I'm like,
we should OIA it. Yeah, we should OIA it. I've got my weekend project. I'm going to OIA how many reports of red lights they get, how many are actioned, how many actioned in terms of resulting in specific
to them. Actioning is just telling the bus provider, hey.
Oh yeah, and the bus provider is a private company, right?
Yeah. So the trail kind of stops.
Still. We could still just say any information involving red lights, because then we'll get to see all the emails that talk about what a shitbag you are, right? They've sent internal emails being like, this Hugh guy sends way too many complaints. Let's just get some stuff. Oh man, I'm going to do that this weekend. It's going to be great.
It's kind of weird because how do you know whether they have sent internal emails?
You do an OIA.
Yeah, but you do an OIA and they might not include those.
Oh, I mean, I guess so.
You can't be like, I know because my friend told me that my other friend
Yeah, I guess what you do is if it's an issue for you, you go to a journalist and you become a source for them, and the story at that point is company, government agency, government whatever they are, government, someone associated with government lied on their OIA intentionally, and if you can make that into a story, fuck yeah, I guess that's what you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could just lie. So
we could do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this weekend. I've got nothing else to do. I could work, but apart from that, okay, what else we got on here? We've got torso.
Oh, look at that.
Does that count as 2 because of the blue bus?
Yeah, we'll call it 2.
Oh yeah, guess it. What did I say? You said 5.5. I said.
You said 3.6.
3.6.
So you've already lost.
Damn. I know it's possible for me to tie.
Yeah.
It seems weird we've had more red light runners than... We shouldn't have counted that. I don't think we should have counted that. That was not fair. It should have been 1.
Yeah.
Not 2.
It was sitting on 3. It could have been nah.
Yeah, so we've got some more news here.
Yep.
Torsal. What's Torsal?
Torsal. You've done some stuff on Torsal.
Yeah, I honestly, I did not realize that this was
this guy?
We're watching
maybe not
replay.
This guy. Oh. That was very minor.
I would count that as a quarter if I was going to count it as anything.
Should we just call it those last 2 quarters might make a 1? and not change it.
That would be half, but yes. Okay.
Yeah.
we'll just not change it. That's fair enough. Yeah, so I honestly didn't realize this story was a thing. Although you do run into that problem, right? Where if you're familiar with the subject, you're like, everyone knows this about subject. And then someone publishes a little thing being like, this thing. And you're like, what? This isn't new. This is just how subject works.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, cool thing about subject. And you're like, what?
Because you've done some talks about subject.
Yeah.
I like how we're
Tor.
calling it subject.
Well, I was speaking generally about that. This is about Tor and kind of like some de-anonymization techniques. I've done a talk about it, yeah. And I ran the world's premier Tor hosting for a while. And when I say world's premiere, it was the best technically. No one used it.
Oh, some people used it.
Yeah, that's true. I did. I had a
Did
few
you get
hardcore
any
users.
of those muffins?
Oh
Oh my god, look, what is this guy up to?
Damn, what? That's a fucking ABS violation and a red light, right?
Oh my god, it was just...
Oh, he almost hit someone.
Jesus.
We just saw in the red light in the replay, he almost hit someone. I reckon if that person wasn't going across, he would have ran it. Do we count this as one each?
Yeah, I'll call it one each.
Yeah. Such a bad ABS violation, it becomes a red light run. I guess he didn't really run the red light.
He entered the intersection and nearly fucking mowed someone down.
Yeah, it's true. It would have been funny though if they got hurt. Yeah, so when I was running my tour hosting, someone oh my god. There's a few different people who use tour hosting. Some of them are very talkative. Some of them want to email you and discuss it. So some of them are like, hey, I want to run this, I want to run this. And most of the time it's like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Like that doesn't violate the rules. Someone emailed me and asked whether selling scat products would violate the rules. It was a very graphic email. They used the term yummy scat filling, panty sealed poop, vacuum sealed poop panties was one of the other ones that they used. It was just I gagged quite easily, and reading this, like upon reading it,
that guy there.
it actually made me gag. Like that was how bad it was. He entered while it was green, but he did go through a red light.
It's going too quick.
Going too quick?
Yeah.
No, because the front of his going too slow. If the front of his bus was in the intersection while it was green, had it been going slower, it would have been worse.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the speed limit.
It's going too slow then.
Going too slow, yeah.
The lights are probably just not made.
Nowhere near made for the 30 kilometer hour speed limit or whatever it is down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, it was some pretty nasty stuff, though not illegal. So I responded to him and I was just like, yes, that's fine. Fucking some of the shit though. Nothing illegal. I mean, that technically is illegal in New Zealand. You're not allowed to sell poop products for human consumption. That is technically illegal. Also, like, piracy is legal in New Zealand. But, like, I would be fine with someone running a drug market off my thing. Like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. Fucking go ahead. It was set up so that it would be difficult for someone to tell. That's not true. It was set up well, but there were some flaws that made de-anonymization of who was hosting it easy. So it was easy to tell that I hosted this drug market. It was harder to tell where I was hosting it from. But because I had talked about being associated with this hosting project, kind of let people know. There's kind of the thing where when it comes to Tor de-anonymization, a really great technique is, hey, the hosting provider was down at the same time this website was. It's probably hosted by them.
Yeah.
You can't really help that. Downtime happens. So this is one of those times where availability is such an important part of security that it's quite loud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Such an important part of security because of the de-anonymization. Anyway, what was this story? What was I?
So we can de-anonymize Tor. Users of Tor with SSL certificates.
Not users of Tor.
Oh yeah, not server host.
Onions hosted on Tor. Yeah. So this one's pretty simple. It relies on like a pretty classic misconfiguration. Though the issue exists, the SSL certificates are one small part of this. What you do is you basically scan the entire internet, and then you scan every onion, and you see which websites
on the internet are hosting those onions. And so the misconfiguration is that if you expose your Apache and your Nginx to the internet, it'll serve the same content as it does on your onion. So the people on someplace did this, and they were like, look, we can do it on my stuff. Though, as I said, it's worth noting, if you have this misconfiguration, if your Apache is configured to listen to the internet, the issue exists regardless of whether you have SSL certificates, because yes, the SSL certificate will expose like something.onion, and it is it's a fairly unique identifier. You can do the same attack by just looking for content, taking the SHA-512 some of it, doing the same on the onions, and
I mean, there's like a bunch of techniques that you can do if servers are misconfigured. Like,
so in my talk, I was basically like, if your server that your your server, whether it's a virtual server or not, and I don't include Docker in this because that's just retarded. Don't run Docker if you're doing Tor stuff. If that server, whether it's a virtual server or not, has access to the internet, like unfiltered access to the internet, just it can make outgoing packets to the internet, it's over. Game over. Like, don't do And people do this all the time. Like, this is an exact case where that would happen. If it's possible to make a mistake, you're going to make a mistake. So you need to minimize the ways a mistake happens. I guess this is a theme you see a lot. Like, do you remember a while back? This was like a Russian, one of the Russian operations. Well, it could have been Chinese now that I think about it. They used to have a VPN. So they'd go into work, turn on their VPN, and begin hacking.
Yep.
Someone forgot to turn on their VPN and started hacking. And so it was just like, oh, look, the Chinese government or the Chinese military, whoever it was, Russian, whatever it was, is currently hacking us. And we can see their IP address. Yep. And that's a official military IP address. We know the address. That's someone forgetting to turn on the VPN. It's like, lol. If you can make a mistake, you're going to make it. Yep. Nonetheless, I think it's interesting to see people scanning the IPv4 internet and doing this. We have census.io. If you guys haven't used Census is fucking great. Though they have changed it a bit recently. It's a bit weird to use now. You have to sign up and stuff. But you search for a certificate fingerprint, it'll tell you everything about it. It's very, very handy for this kind of stuff. Another place this becomes useful, that was not a red light, was it? Another place,
no, it definitely was.
It definitely was.
That was like the most red light ever.
Another place this is really useful is if you're not dealing with Tor websites, it's pretty simple. You do the same thing. You have a site on Cloudflare. You scan the IPv4 internet for anyone presenting an SSL certificate for that website. You now have de-anonymized the origin server. You can do the same thing with the IP address. There's an even better technique you can do. I've written a Medium post on it. There's a better technique that even de-anonymizes your... de-anonymizes, maybe not the right term. Unmasks your origin server, even if they have... Yeah, sorry, that was red. That was definitely red. My eyes are really bad and my camera's bad. Even if they have the TLS origin stuff turned on. Oh, sweet. Yeah, bus factor on the big screen. And the way that works is that Cloudflare doesn't let you do stuff. I don't know. The point is, these style of techniques where you have a server on the public internet, but you don't want it accessible to the public internet, they're a dime a dozen, or a diamond dozen, if you prefer.
Yeah.
If you prefer to be wrong. But they're pretty cool. I've been meaning to write some tools for them, but I'm lazy, so.
But yeah, moral of the story, Tor, you got to do the right setup.
Got to do the right setup. It's pretty simple. Don't give it an IP address.
Yep.
Like a public one. You know, someone hacks
you. Shall we
move
on?
Okay.
Talk about old...
Oh, yes. Regnins Campons.
What the fuck?
There's an REG 9.nz.
So mega.nz.
CNPU.
Their official Chrome extension has been
compromised.
Oh, yeah. So it's basically stealing a bunch of stuff. Oh, this guy's going to be running a red soon.
And an ABS. What are they?
Oh my God.
Well, I think we just count that as a red light.
No, he's over the ABS as well.
Come on.
He's blocking both the ABS and the...
Well, that works to my advantage because at this point, we're tied.
Are we?
Yeah, pretty much. We're not doing percentages of how close you were. We're just saying whoever's closest on each of them. You're closest on one. I'm closest on the other.
I'm spot on one. I said 5-5.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
I'm like just the closest to both of them.
But if I said 6, right? I said like 3-6.
Yeah. So if you get us one
more ABS violation and it's even.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway,
Mega
so
got hacked. Well, who got hacked?
well, like they could have put it in themselves, or
Seems unlikely.
yeah, or other people would have done it. So like the things that people were trying to get, the malicious stuff that was happening was getting username, passwords, like just normal credentials
Over the entire internet, right?
Yeah, it was like pretty full on.
So
and also
the way Chrome extensions work is
cryptographic
sometimes
keys for cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, so private keys, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I think it replaced keys as well. Like if it saw a wallet an ID on the page.
Yeah.
Chrome extensions in the past that I've seen, and I don't look into them often. They have a problem where you can't always specify specific websites allowed to be intercepted. Meaning, if you run Mega, your extension might have to include the one that says allows to modify content on any page.
Yeah.
And you really want it to say allows to modify content on any subdomain of mega.nz.
Yeah.
I think they might have changed it at some point because I feel like I've seen different things from there.
Yeah,
But for a while, that was how it
there
was.
been some stuff coming through, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So you often still see extensions like that are like allows to modify any page, and you're like, it's not really what I want you to do, but yeah.
But yeah, moral of the story: compromise in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, only so if I did see someone posted a write up about from someone, but I'm not sure I understand why. Like what got hacked? What was compromised?
I'm not too sure. Like the news wasn't like the most detailed on.
Yeah, because Mega didn't find this. Mega didn't find this. This was someone else was like
another user found it.
Yeah, it was like,
and they were like, "What the fuck?" And then Mega was like, "Oh, that's not us."
Yeah. Now I do remember there was Mega seems to have a shocking history when it comes to security.
Fucking twofer.
Oh, fucking nice. That was easy to. In fact, you could call that an ABS violation because look, it's red and he's on the ABS.
No, he's not stopped on it.
Fair enough. Pretty good. There was a breach. So this was we did talk about it on the show maybe 6 months ago, approximately. Could be a bit longer. There was a mega breach.
Yeah.
It was data that someone got from a contractor who worked at Mega. And the data was dumped. The data got dumped approximately 6 months after the initial hack happened. Mega said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We knew that hack happened. We've already changed every passwords." I downloaded a copy of it, tried one of the passwords, and got access to everything. And I was like, I don't think you guys changed all these passwords. That included things like their Ansible scripts and whatnot. So I know in the past, Mega has had a pretty shocking history of security.
I would agree.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, just bad practices, right? Like if you're running a company today, like 2-factor on everything, please. And that way you can't get hacked as easily.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I feel like Mega pretty incompetent when it comes to security. But, whatever. They're a file hoster. Who gives a shit if they're incompetent? Ironically, though, imagine if they didn't have an extension. Imagine if they did all the JavaScript in browser.
Yeah.
Would have been better for security in this particular case, right? So, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
I don't know. How would North Korea do it?
They would hack them. Yeah, so this story... Because I can't segue it. There's no good segue here.
That's just the next thing on our list.
Yeah, for those who have been following the hackings, normally pretty outrageous hackings. So you might know some of these hackings, such as the Sony Pictures hack. Do you remember when someone hacked into Sony and was like, "Don't release these movies, lol. We are like the guardians of hackers." Oh my! It was ridiculous. And at the time, everyone was like, "Whoa, this is crazy. I wonder who did this." And there was like a little bit of murmurs. It was North Korea, and everyone was like, "You're fucking joking." Everyone was just like, "That's ridiculous." And everyone's like, And I think at the time people were kind of like, oh, could have been, yeah. I mean, if someone says it's North Korea, like, I mean, we don't have any other better ideas.
Yeah.
Because they tried to imply it was a lone hacker crew when they did the hack. But someone said it was like retribution for releasing the dictator, or going to release it. Then we saw some other things. I can't remember all of them. One of them was WannaCry.
Yeah, WannaCry.
And when WannaCry came out, people linked it to the Lazarus Group, which is widely... So Lazarus Group, I think people assumed to be a North Korean APT actor. I feel like, okay, North Korea is getting into this hacking stuff. The United States has come out and indicted a single North Korean programmer.
One person.
One dude. So whoever that is bad day. I try and normally stay away from these stories. I think me and you both do because they're not really technical. But I think it's kind of interesting that one dude in North Korea, who presumably was sanctioned, had sanction from the government. Isn't sanction a weird word? Because it means allowed and not allowed. He had government sanction, but he was not sanctioned by the government to perform these hacking. I think it's funny there's like one dude. And as people have said, he can't, like, they're not going to extradite him. That's not how it works.
Well, there's no extradition treaty.
Extradition treaty, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the United States coming out and saying, like, hey, we know this guy did it. We have proof that we consider beyond reasonable doubt.
Yep.
And it's like a public signal, right? It's for everyone to be like, okay, that was North Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of destructivity, like WannaCry was quite destructive. The Sony hack was also quite destructive. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess it is the most destructive campaign we've seen in a while, right? What was the... Not Petya was the one, the other one that used to turn on Blue U, which also was quite destructive. Yeah, I don't know. Like, would you indict in this case? Because I was gonna say something like, oh, it doesn't seem like that North Korea's done anything that really matters. But when you look at WannaCry, that shut down a lot of like hospitals and stuff.
Yeah, hospitals, and there was something else that was kind of like critical.
One of the shipping companies it might have been.
Yeah.
Although there could be not Petya. Those two, they get mixed up in my head.
Yeah.
Not the technical details, but just like the what got affected by what, given that they were both Eternal Blue. I don't know. It's definitely like pretty dangerous to be throwing around WannaCry like that. And you hear people be like, well, at least they patch it. And I tend to agree. But on the other side, like hospitals not being able to perform surgeries could be a high price. So I don't know. Okay. Oh, we have got one other story here.
Oh, that one. Yeah. So the regional council,
Greater Wellington Regional Council,
the CEO is stepping in.
What the fuck's he going to do?
Fix it.
What is that? It was like a 10-year project. What the fuck's he going to do now?
I don't know, but yeah, he's stepping in.
He's stepping in.
Probably not much will happen.
Yeah, fucking...
But yeah, that's basically that story.
Lol. I don't know. Seeing all these bureaucrats fumbling and stuff. You know what's, I think one interesting thing for me? If we think about the consequences of this, has anyone been punished? Have the bus contracted companies who said they could run a route but can't, have they been punished?
No.
Have the people who tried to make...
They might after 6 months, apparently, because like a bylaw's going through, but...
Yeah, we had to make a new law to get anyone punished, and it still hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
What about the people who tried to make drivers work longer than the legally mandated shifts? Have they been punished?
No.
Nope.
No one's been
what about
punished.
Anyone involved in fucking... Yeah, it seems ridiculous to me that everyone in this story is just like...
The passengers have been punished a bit.
It's true. Anyone trying to use the buses has been fucked. Anyone involved in fucking them...
And I guess like the PR people have been a bit punished because now the passengers are getting angry at them.
That's true. If you work for PR for the Greater Wellington Regional Council or Metlink or NZ Bus...
I wonder if there's like a bigger turnover at the moment. They're like, fuck this.
God, maybe. Like, I wouldn't want to work there, but I don't know. Like, also, presumably they get paid at least double what the drivers get. So, who cares?
Oh, this is an ABS, if anything.
Damn right. Oh, yes! Yes! I'm glad we kept going for the extra 30 seconds because that means we're even.
Yeah.
We both guessed a number and... Wait, you changed that to 1?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure What? I don't know.
I think you're just trying to like be a dick. You're like, oh no, I won. Look, only one ABS violation.
Well, on that note, shall we call it?
Yeah, let's call it. You've got those visitors you got to go see. And I am gonna, I don't know, have some breakfast maybe. What are you doing that for?
All right.
Okay,
See ya.
we will see you next week at the normal time of 5 p.m. New Zealand. Bye.